If I were to make a list of games and game series that I find myself coming back to time and time again, Dark Souls is very, very high on that list. I mean, I say Dark Souls, but of course that bleeds into Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Elden Ring. Maybe not so much for Elden Ring, considering that game and its sheer girth. When mentioning a Souls game or Souls-like, what's the first thing you think of? For some, it's probably the oppressive atmosphere or the lore being so interwoven into the environment and item descriptions and people and creatures you meet. But for most, I'd argue the first thing they think of would be the boss fights. Every game in this series features several encounters with shit like demons, corrupted humans, other such monsters that provide you quite a challenge, on average. Not all of these battles are mandatory, but ask a smattering of Souls fans and many of them will tell you that their favorite boss or the best boss in a specific game is completely optional. In this series, I'm going to be cataloging every single boss in this series, with a few exceptions. Now, some enemies are listed on the wikis as bosses, but they aren't fought traditionally like a boss would be, like the red and blue dragons and the primeval demons in Demon Souls. On the wiki, they're listed as bosses, but they're a very different ballgame compared to something like the Tower Knight. Here's why I'm not going to be fighting these. You see the problem? Good, let's move on. So with all that being said, here's my list of conditions for this series. If I have failed to beat a boss after 5 attempts, if NPC summons are available, I am allowed to summon. I cannot summon any players, no matter what. When I say all bosses, that includes DLC. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll go after all the mini-bosses in Sekiro as well. This also includes the Bloodborne Chalice Dungeon bosses. I will be doing my best to go after them as well. Also, I don't have to beat the tutorial Vanguard Demon, though I will try. If I've failed a boss at least 10 times, I am allowed to cheese the boss, if there is a cheese strategy available. I am not allowed to use any major glitches or exploits, like no soul duping, no item duping, no out-of-bounds clipping, skipping sort of stuff. I can use whatever build I want for each game. I can use whatever mods I want as long as they're purely cosmetic. I'm going to be attempting the 3 inner bosses, but no promises there. So far, the plan for this series is Demon Souls all the way through to Sekiro. Currently, Elden Ring is not on the table due to the aforementioned girth. Maybe if you guys really want to see it, I'll get to that sooner rather than later. So, all that having been laid out, we're going to be embarking on a journey in release order. So, in order, this series is going to go Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, then 2, then Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 3, and then Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. All these games, except for Demon Souls and Bloodborne, will be played via their PC port on Steam, whereas I'm playing the PlayStation 5 version of Demon Souls, and the only legal option for Bloodborne, which is a PS4 exclusive, again being played on my PS5. So, without further ado,